Hello guys, and welcome back to another For Honor Heroes build video. Today I got another treat for you guys, and it's Dominion focused around the Shaolin. So we have the Dominion mode and we have the Shaolin monk hero that we're focused on. So let's go ahead and get into the perks that we choose for Dominion, which is Remedy, Endurance, and Clever Tactics. Now I'm going to go into the reason why I choose these perks over the other ones. Now, I use Remedy over Devour and Supersonic because you don't have to execute a player to get health. Even though you get 5 less health, Remedy still is very beneficial, especially if you have other perks that heal you and or gain you health from allies and or yourself. I use it over Supersonic because Supersonic's only available for when you're in Revenge. And if I'm in Revenge, I don't know about you guys, but I am not running away. It might be awesome, I think, in a way that if somebody's running away from you, you're able to catch up to them. But by the time you catch up to them, your Revenge most likely will be gone or be gone in less than a second. So I use Remedy for that fact in Dominion to give me some health to fight back against people who are ganking me when you so happen to most likely often be in a gank. I choose Endurance over Headhunter and Crush them because I don't like perks that give you increased damage off your next attack after you kill somebody and or you respawn. Certain things like that you need to trigger these perks I am not attracted to, and those you rarely found or find in my build videos in my own opinion. Headhunter is nice, but this mode isn't focused on you sustaining lives and or staying alive as long as possible. It's about capturing zones and being able to gain control of those zones and keep them, and if you lose them, get them back as fast as possible. That's the reason why I use Clever Tactics over the other two as well. Being able to capture any zone I'm going to, besides B, 15% faster. And what I mean by B is a zone that the minion battle goes on. It's not always B. Sometimes the battle where the minions are could be on C. But moving on to Endurance, like I was saying, you get stamina cost reduction per renown level. Now what renown levels are when you gain a feat. Those skills you have that are called feats. Whenever you get one of those, like for instance, Bounty Hunter, where you gain health and stamina when you kill a player. And then your next one will most likely be like Bear Trap. That's feat level 2 or renown level 2. So once you get that, you'll have 6% renown. If you have all 4, you have a total of 12% stamina cost reduction for the entire match. That's how you play again. That's the reason why I choose these perks and Dominion, and that's the choose for these perks in Dominion for that mode. I'm sorry. Didn't spit that out right. But let's go ahead and get into the feats. And again, if I confuse you with what I said, our perks were Remedy, Endurance, and Clever Tactics. Now we're moving on to the feats, and the first feat we go with is Stealth. I use that over Key Trap and Iron Lungs because I don't like feats that benefit me when I'm exhausted unless it's, I forgot what that one is called where you can't be parried or unbalanced, but Rocksteady is awesome, but I still don't want to be exhausted. So a feat that's allowing me to do something when I'm exhausted isn't that appealing and will rarely be found in my builds again. Key Trap is nice. It's kind of like the little UAV tribute that you get in the tribute mode that allows you to see your enemy's locations, or the same thing that Scout does for you, which we already have as our 4th feat, so we don't need something like Key Trap. Use Stealth because half of the time players don't even know where you are if they are looking for you in the zone. You could be right in front of them or hidden behind the entryway of a zone and guard break them, get a free hit in. If they're by a ledge, being cocky, taunting, you can come up behind them and kill them, and they won't even see you coming or notice you coming. It hides your HUD on the radar. On top of it, and aim assist, whenever you use a feat like something that lowers an enemy's defense, like Chilling Stare from the Kensei, if you have Stealth on, for some reason you're not allowed to be chilling stared at. Like the Kensei can't use that feat on you, which is awesome when you're the player that has Stealth, but when you're using that feat and you can't use it on a Peacekeeper or a Monk, I'm like, what the heck is going on? But that's the reason why I choose feat over the other two. Stealth over the other 2 feats in the first feat slot. Moving on to the second fleet, I use Thick Skin, and I use that over Winter's Advantage and Blink. Blink is pretty fun to play with, but again, if you're competitive like me and these builds are trying to be, you're not going to be using shit blink just to shift and hit a opponent. Half the time, if you use R2 after you shift kick the player, they can parry your unblockable hit. So go with the light if you do use this. They have to be in the range for you to use this. It's not like the other one in the fourth feat, which is Blessed Protection, where you can literally do it across the map. This one, the player has to be in a radius where you're able to lock onto them for you to do this. Winner's Advantage is nice. You do gain an attack buff for as long as the feat's active until it goes into cooldown after you land a hit. Half of the time, it's really beneficial when you do the triple hit to the left or the right. But when you do try to do your infinite chain, if you're not fading your heavy attack after your light, if you start off with a light like I think you should, and going into another light, most of the time players predict the heavy attack coming, and by the time they parry your attack and you're trying to fight them again, the Winner's Advantage attack buff is gone. That's why I go with Thick Skin, because if you are in a sticky situation where you're getting ganked, at least this is allowing you to survive longer for your teammates to come and reinforce you, hopefully. Invigorate, I choose Overheal on block and Nukibi or Nukabai or whatever that's called, because getting stamina on successful hits is nice, but it's not all about you. I feel like this is good for elimination or certain other modes where lives matter and you gotta outplay your opponent, or it's really trying to focus around you and not a team play style mode. Heal on block is nice. If you're really good at blocking and predicting enemies' hits, heal on block is a nicer way for you to heal yourself in Dominion, but again, it's only focused on yourself. It is not like Invigorate, where if your enemies are fighting somebody and they have revenge, or you guys are fighting somebody and they have revenge, or you were getting ganked and an ally helped you and he's taking on the heat now, and you can back him up by hitting him with heavies or lights from your key stance. You're able to heal you and your ally who's taking it for you. It's an awesome feat to help you guys hold down the front line in any zone in Dominion. Moving on to the fourth feat, I use Scout, which marks all the enemies like the Q trap does on the map. It's good for when the enemies are breaking, or even if you're breaking, to lower the enemy's attack and defense, and it shows them on radar. I mean, it lowers their defense and it increases their stamina cost. It doesn't do nothing to their attack, but it makes them take more damage, and it's basically having Chilling Stare, and their stamina cost reduction is increased for as long as Scout's activated. It's really good just to end the game for sure and crush their hopes of turning the game around in a Dominion match. If it's their last stand and they're all in one mode together, use Scout. It's amazing. It'll end the match pretty quickly. And on top of this, even if you're not next to the enemy getting killed, if the enemy is marked by your Scout, you're going to get a kill assist, which counts as a takedown. Watch out. Now, I use that over Blessed Protection and Slippery. Slippery is awesome, I guess, if you're playing in modes where there's a lot of ledges and traps for you to get killed, because it literally will block all grab attempts. You don't have to press nothing. It's automatic. Once you activate it, somebody guard breaks you, it automatically counters all guard breaks no matter what. So if they're trying to ledge you and you have to activate it, they don't even notice, which kind of sucks, because when you activate it, it shows little icons around your legs. But if they don't notice or they're not paying attention and they grab you and they're trying to ledge you, it'll counter grab them from you and they'll fall off the ledge if they're in that direction of the ledge. Also, Blessed Protection, it's an awesome perk. It's fun to play with. If you guys want to play with it, you're having fun, you feel like you don't need Scout, which Scout is really awesome, but you know, to have fun, you can always use this. You can literally respawn from your spawn zone and teleport to the opposite side of the map if your ally is over there, just to help them no matter what. Like, this is the ultimate teleportation instant transmission Goku skill right here. But again, it's not beneficial as Scout. I don't think any of these last feats are as beneficial as Scout is. That is it for the Dominion build for the Shaolin Monk. I really hope you guys have been enjoying these builds. Thank you guys so much for the feedback. And the subscriptions to my channel. I can never thank you guys or appreciate or show the gratitude that it means to me, man, because like, I'm already halfway to 1,000, and that is just making my life YouTube dream come true. I really hope you guys enjoyed it again. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.